For thousands of years, the lands known today as Russia and Ukraine were inhabited by nomadic tribes and mysterious Bronze Age cultures. The only record they left were their graves. In the vast southern grasslands, the steppe, they buried their chieftains beneath huge mounds called kurgans. The ancient Greek historian Herodotus called these people Scythians. Their lands were overrun by the same nomadic warriors who brought down the Roman Empire. The land was then settled by Slavs. They shared some language and culture but were divided into many different tribes. Vikings from Scandinavia, known in the east as Varangians, rode up Russia's long rivers on daring raids and trading expeditions. According to legend, the East Slavs asked a Varangian chief named Rurik to be their prince and unite the tribes. He accepted and made his capital at Novgorod. His dynasty, the Rurikids, would rule Russia for 700 years. His people called themselves the Rus and gave their name to the land. Rurik's successor, Oleg, captured Kiev, making it the capital of a new state, Kievan Rus. A century later, seeking closer ties with the Byzantine Empire to the south, Vladimir the Great adopted their religion and converted to Orthodox Christianity. He is still venerated today as the man who brought Christianity to Ukraine and Russia. Yaroslav the Wise codified laws and conquered new lands. His reign marked the golden age of Kievan Rus. It was among the most sophisticated and powerful states in Europe. But after Yaroslav's death, his sons fought amongst themselves. Kievan Rus disintegrated into a patchwork of feuding princedoms, just as a deadly new threat emerged from the east. The Mongols under Genghis Khan had overrun much of Asia. They launched a great raid across the Caucasus Mountains and defeated the Kievan princes at the Battle of the Kalka River, but then withdrew. 14 years later, the Mongols returned. A gigantic army led by Batu Khan overran the land. Cities that resisted were burned, their people slaughtered. The city of Novgorod was spared because it submitted to the Mongols. Its prince, Alexander Nevsky, then saved the city again, defeating the Teutonic Knights at the Battle of the Ice, fought above a frozen lake. He remains one of Russia's most revered heroes. The Mongols ruled the land as conquerors. Their new empire was called the Golden Horde, ruled by a Khan from his new capital at Sarai. The Rus princes were his vassals. They were forced to pay tribute or suffer devastating reprisal raids. They called their oppressors Tatars. They lived under the Tatar yoke. Alexander Nevsky's son, Daniel, founded the Grand Principality of Moscow, which quickly rose to prominence. The Tatars grew in power, and under the great Uzbek Khan, they converted to Islam, but a rising force, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, defeated the Tatars at the Battle of Blue Waters and conquered Kiev. 18 years later, Dmitry Donskoy, Grand Prince of Moscow, struck another blow, defeating the Tatars at the Great Battle of Kulikovo. Years of infighting weakened the Golden Horde, as it fractured into rival khanates. Meanwhile, Constantinople, capital and last bastion of the once mighty Byzantine Empire, fell to the Ottoman Turks. Some now hailed Moscow as the Third Rome, the new seat of Orthodox Christianity. With Rome and Constantinople both fallen, the Grand Princes of Moscow expanded their power, annexing Novgorod and forging the first Russian state. At the Ugra River, Ivan III stood firm against the Tatars and forced them to retreat. Russia had finally cast off the Tatar yoke. Under his successor Vasily III, Moscow grew stronger still. His son, Ivan IV, was crowned the first Tsar of Russia, remembered in history as Ivan the Terrible. Ivan conquered Kazan and Astrakhan, but suffered defeat in the Livonian War against Sweden and the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. His early reforms gave way to tyranny, mass executions, and violent paranoia, Russia remained vulnerable. Raiders from the Crimean Khanate even burned Moscow itself. But the following year, Russian forces struck back, routing the Tatars at Molodai. On the open steppe lived the Cossacks, free horsemen, lawless but skilled, often hired as mercenaries by Russia and Poland. Ivan's rage consumed even his own family. In one outburst, he killed his heir with the royal scepter. Meanwhile, the Cossack adventurer Yermak led the conquest of Siberia, defeating Tatars and subjugating native tribes. To the north, Archangels was founded, Russia's only seaport to the west, though locked in ice each winter. Ivan the Terrible was succeeded by his son Fyodor I, who died childless, ending the Rurikid dynasty. His advisor Boris Godunov seized the throne, but after his sudden death, his widow and son were murdered, and a pretender claimed power. He too was soon killed, plunging Russia into the time of troubles. Foreign armies invaded, famine and plague ravaged the land. Polish troops occupied Moscow, Swedish forces took Novgorod. Russia seemed on the brink of extinction.